This is a rather interesting game too. So
Yeah, a lot of the errors I saw were positional. Um, but we'll go through all of it as we look at the game. So, first off, I want to say that before recording this, I just told Sobek, Jaden here, that he should warm up before he starts playing this game. He only played a single quick play and then jumped right in. And I noticed that while I was watching this in between rounds, he was like warming up his hands, and playing like that is not very good. I'll post a link in the description for a video that just for warming up. I mean, it's really not that hard. All you have to do is really just do something, just chill for a bit, just play games, do something with your hands for like about an hour. I don't know. But yeah. So that's about it. Let's start. So we're playing Zenyatta on Nepal again, another Nepal game. But that's good. I mean, it's fine playing the same map multiple times, and I think that you should try focus on playing just the few characters that you really are good with, like Zarya and Zenyatta. So, I mean, I'm kind of fine if you give me more gameplays of that, because I'll see if you do improve on them, and listen to the advice that I do give you. So, that's good. Also, next time you record, if you could make your personal voice louder. I don't know what you use to record. Are you using like Shadow Play or something?
yeah, I mean, I
Shadow
can
play?
crank it up a little higher.
Okay, if you could do that, that'd be nice. Because I couldn't really hear you over the game sound, or if you just try to lower the game sounds from in-game, that would be
Yeah,
good.
okay.
But I'm not sure if that will affect like your gameplay, so I know
No,
you're used to whatever settings
I
you're
can crank up my own mic volume.
good at. But yeah. Another thing I noticed throughout the entire gameplay is that you did not use your right click once. I'll show you a lot of times in this gameplay where you can use it, and where you could have like scored a lot of free kills or just a lot of free damage in general. It's really good to use as an opening, and I'll show you what places it would have been good at. All right.
Okay.
So we're just gonna start here. I'm gonna lower the volume a bit. You're synchronized, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Just want to make sure. There was also one time in between rounds where you weren't standing at the door right when the round started. You were kind of like messing around. It doesn't really matter that much, but sometimes you don't really want to be late to that first engagement. So
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna go right up Nepal here. None of you guys make a call to go wherever. You guys just kind of go. I know that you're not much of like a leader player, but it's still good to get some, at least a single call out, like just to make sure everyone's
else is
group.
aware.
Especially since you have a Reinhardt, since that's
And
the
he's
guy
not
that you're going to
fine.
be standing behind. It's fine that he's not all the way up in front as long as everyone's behind him, really. So, looks like they have a Lucio, so they're able to get on point first. You don't toss your Discord. Okay, you toss on D.Va here, which is good. You could call it out, but now you're kind of like stuck. I mean, Zarya's like chasing you down. You can get a heal orb on Soldier here instead of tossing it onto D.Va because he's very low. D.Va doesn't have her own heal. You toss on him now, which is good. But D.Va doesn't have her own heal, and Soldier does. But keeping Soldier alive is much more important because D.Va is going to hop out of her mech if she does die, technically. So it would be more worth it to heal Soldier there. Just gonna clean up here, which is fine. Roadhog's good kill. Lucio on point, you could probably call out since he just booped you. That's fine, but you're able to track him down with Soldier. Soldier killing you, I mean, that's not that big of a deal. He was out of position anyway, so not too big of a deal right there that you died. So you guys are still able to capture point. It doesn't really matter. I believe your next death is... I think you got... I think you got randomly hooked by Roadhog when
yes,
Reinhardt dropped shield.
Yeah.
That was just unfortunate. But okay, like right there. Going back here.
Just kind of left, and I didn't.
No. You could be charging right click right now, walking up the stairs, and then peek right here and just shoot. Like you could hit like a Roadhog and half health him right now. You could hit like literally just a poke, because like you see like in the line of sight, right there, right when you would have peeked, you could have gotten I actually cannot see that. But you could have gotten like 4 or 5 shots on D.Va had she like wasn't paying attention because Soldier was looking somewhere else. You could have gotten her, like chunked her half health, which is pretty good. Would have taken Anna a long time to heal her because she just tossed her grenade, but getting that free damage is really good. Getting hooked is pretty unfortunate. And I would refrain from saying things like, "Oh wow," like something like.
I said that to myself. I didn't hit the
button.
button.
You didn't hit the button? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, wow.
Alright. Oh, no, you did. I saw Sobek in the corner. But, yeah, try just, like, keep stuff like that out of the chat, I guess, because a lot of people will just, like, be like, oh, wow, terrible Zenyatta. Some people tilt like that and just go crazy. So, but that was just an unfortunate death, really. But, yeah, like, anytime you're walking up to point, like, going around this corner here, you could be charging right-click and just shooting straight onto point. I mean, you could just reload. You'll be able to reload by the time, like, you even really need to shoot. But, you could have gotten D.Va flying across there or something,
Yeah.
And learning how to use the right-click is important, too. You kind of want to keep your mouse cursor still and then strafe, because you're going to be moving at the same speed as every other character except for, I think, Tracer. Every character has the same exact move speed. So I mean, as long as you line up with their body, they're gonna be tracked. Unless Lucio speed boost, then you have to track a little bit. But yeah. Right here, I would ult. Like before, like right after. Like right here, you see Mei. You should probably give Mei the health kit, the health orb. And right after the D.Va ult, you see 2 people are low, and you guys can fight this, because your Mei just dropped her ulti. Actually, no, she just got kicked out of mech. But I think that you guys can still fight this Soldier coming back. If you ultied right there, or even right here where they use nano boost, I think that you guys could have fought this. Or at least just negate the fact that they used nano boost. I mean, Soldier was playing a little too aggressive, so it might not have worked out absolutely the best, but I still think it could have worked out. I mean, the aggressive position would have been fine since you were healing him the whole time. And that if you used your ulti there, you would have it like start charging for another engagement.
Yeah.
And you don't really need to be that frugal with like you could just like toss out ultis, like if it's like 2 or 3 people, or if they use like a big ulti. Like right now, it's really good because the Soldier's ulting, but you kind of lose line of sight there for Soldier. Yeah. Good callouts on orbs. I mean, you could have... Honestly, what I usually do on Zenyatta is just call out every single orb. And keep it on that person for a while. I notice you switch orb targets a lot. Discord targets a lot. And I would say just keep it on somebody for a long time and call it out. Because, like, right here, I think you're just switching it from, like, person to person. Yeah, it's got Zarya. So, you kept line of sight for a while. Like D.Va, that's good. Sorry, that's good. But, I mean, for the most part, you're doing a pretty good job. Soldier has to contest. But, looks like they're just kind of throwing their bodies onto the point. You're getting a little... Well, you have D.Va in front of you, but I feel like you are getting a little too aggressive with that Roadhog. with the one shot potential. But like right there, you're tossing your orb all over the place right now. Like you need to focus down on like a single person, because that's what Discord Orb is best at. You need to just be like, okay, this person's going to die, everybody focus him. And you need to hold it on to that person and have them focus them. I know it's hard because D.Va has defense matrix, but that's the best use you're going to get out of the ability. So you need to make sure you're keeping it on a person and making sure that they're getting focused. If they're not getting focused, tell your team to fucking focus. Like, it's just such a big target and such a good target to use. Alright. Got D.Va coming in. Yeah, like right there, keeping on D.Va the whole time. It's perfect. You have pretty decent positioning. You're not in danger of Roadhog. It's a good ulti because they burn. Actually, yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, they might have had Graviton, and you might have wasted your ulti because they could Graviton right after, but they didn't. So you just kind of got lucky there. She was probably like 5-10% off of it though, and that might not have worked again. It actually doesn't work again later on. Because I remember, I think it's on the second map, you used your ulti when Zarya was charged, and then afterwards she ulted. I know it's the third map. And then they just team wiped off that. So, it's really hard trying to time that ulti, but you really want to, you really want to be able to get that. You really want to be able to get that ulti, save it till it's absolutely, like, needed. You want to be able to, stop their ultis. Alright, it's weird to explain. So, like, you know that they're holding 2 ultis, and Nano Boost is going on for a long time, but she's not damaging somebody. And then, like, she waits till, like, the last couple of seconds of Nano Boost to actually activate her, Graviton. You kind of want to wait it out and wait until, like, the best moment. It's a really hard thing to do. It's kind of like a game sense thing where you have to just kind of learn from experience of doing it. But I would say try to keep an eye on their ultimates and see if there's a situation where you can use it more optimally, because there could have just been a team wipe right there, is basically what I'm saying. Sometimes you just can't really do anything about it. You just kind of trade ultis, but, you know, there's sometimes those situations where you can actually burn 2 ultis and no one will die. Like, you can have them burn 2 ultis and no one will die because you have a really well-timed ulti. So, and this is what I was talking about. You were, like, messing around, walking around, and you're just kind of, like, stuck behind the team. So,
you can also easily finish them off if you're M2.
And once again, no one on your team is coordinated. 2 people go left, 3 people go left, 2 right. Everyone's very split up. Your teammates are having mumbo jumbo talk, and usually in those situations, I'm just like, guys, stop. Let's just play. Also, in this situation, I would just keep orb on Pharah as much as possible. Tell Soldier to shoot her. Just because if you keep orb on her, she's either gonna die to Soldier if you tell him to kill her, or she's gonna be like, okay, Discord's on me. I have to get out of the sky and lose the Discord orb and then fly back up. So,
I do believe I hold it on her pretty decently.
Yeah, for most of the time. But yeah, it's just. Yeah, D.Va's starting to get some shots on her. She's down right now. You need to get a healing orb on Reinhardt. He's getting dangerously low. You need to focus a lot more on healing your teammates. That was lucky that you weren't jumping. If you jumped, you would have gotten hit by that.
Yeah.
Oh, I honestly thought right there that Soldier just jumped off the map. I didn't realize that he got concussed off by Pharah. That was just a poor position anyway for him. I think that he should be standing up by the stairs on the left of your screen, and just peeking from the corner. But that's just poor positioning, and nothing you can really do about that. It's a good job having the orb on Zarya. But like right here, instead of wasting shots on Pharah, personally, I would just be kind of charging right click and going right up the middle there, kind of where Zarya is, above there. Because, you know, Lucio might peek that corner and you can just get a free kill on him. And I'm pretty sure Ana, I mean, Lucio's on the right side, but you get what I mean. And right there, it's a very, like, it's very minor, but you do see Roadhog come up the side. And that's an insanely popular spot for Roadhog because you can pull people off the cliff. And you start moving. Yeah.
I didn't.
What?
Or I guess I subconsciously knew he was up
did,
there, but
yeah.
I didn't.
You did know that Roadhog was on their team, and that is a very popular spot for Roadhog, so I would say stick to the left side of the map or the far side from Roadhog because that hook is insanely threatening to you. So I would say stay on opposite side of the map, keep like peeking that corner, or stay way in the back. You could even stay like right outside the door to the left side, and because you have no damage fall off, you can just stay, like, as long as you have line of sight for heals and a couple of discords, you're fine. You can just stay there. But yeah, that Roadhog is very dangerous. Like right here, if you did want to keep contesting that Roadhog, I would just be charging right click right now, and then just peek the corner, because he's going to be going right up those stairs. There's nowhere else for him to go unless he's going to flank the entire team, which he could if he had Whole Hog. But you could just get a lot of free damage off on him. So, you gotta think about, like, I use it so much. I use right click an insane amount of time. Like, it's so good because nobody expects the burst. Everyone expects, like, the fucking little pellets of Zenyatta, but nobody expects the burst, especially around a corner when, like, nobody plays against that, and it's so much damn damage. Like, you can one-shot people. Reaper showing up there is a little unfortunate.
Yeah, I was trying to get out of there. And
yeah. I mean, let me see how this goes. Would you be able to go out the backside?
Mech went down, and then I'm like, alright, I gotta get out of here, and then...
Yeah, no, I think you're just trapped here and you're dead.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you could have lived if you didn't go for the health kit when you were full health, but...
Yeah.
It happens. You need to tell your team to wait up here. Reinhardt's going up ahead by himself, Soldier's getting low, and you're not anywhere to be seen. Yeah. And again, you're going right for the Roadhog fight. I know you want the Ana here, but Roadhog is right there. He instantly kills you. You do not want to be his area of threat. You want to be, in a place like this, just, you want to stay on this side. Because otherwise you're just walking into straight death. So yeah. I mean, honestly, where Ana is, I think that's probably the best position in the situation where you want to be. Because, you're out of a lot of threats. Like, you gotta take into account what area of threat each player has, and where it's actually safe for you to play. Because you can play outside of every single threat zone, really. Because you have no damage fall off.
Yeah, have no damage.
You have no damage fall off, and as long as you maintain line... The only thing that makes it dangerous to play Zenyatta is the fact that you have to maintain line of sight. Maintaining line of sight means that you are basically in danger a lot. But you can get past that by just peeking every now and then, because it refreshes the 3-second cooldown just by peeking the corner and seeing them. So, I mean, you could just play like, let's say there's an Ana. I mean, you usually want to put Discord on tanks. Personally, I like putting on like D.Va, because once her defense matrix is down, she just gets melted. Like, it's... You just want to... Like, you could just toss it on somebody, peek the corner, and just, like, keep that Discord on them. Just peek the corner, keep getting line of sight so that you can actually, you know, you can just keep it on them for a long time and they'll eventually go down, you know? that extra damage it means a lot. So here Mei has a good ulti. Get the Pharah on her again. But right there we got Roadhog again. And you're in another dangerous position where Roadhog's right there, and I think you're gonna go for a fight on him, and he's just gonna hook you and kill you. Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah.
So you can't be standing there.
Reaper.
I mean, you can almost one-shot Roadhog actually. I think if you Discord and hold right click for the 5, you get, I think you get like 540 damage or something like that.
I think you can one-shot him because if I'm on his head when he hooks me, I let go of my orbs into his head and I can kill him.
Yeah.
But again, that's really rare and I really need to be ready for that, and I really wouldn't want to get hooked in the first place.
Exactly. It's best to stay out of the threat area in the first place. So where we're paused right now, you definitely want to be by the that ledge on like where the rest of your team is. So that's just something you gotta take into account for future games on this map. Honestly, if you want to focus on Zarya and Zenyatta and just play on different maps, I could tell you, like, I mean, positioning for Zarya is not very hard. Positioning for Zen, I would say get different maps, and we can like go like what areas are safe to play him, and just like
You can do it if you want.
it's hard playing him. He's a really hard support.
Reaper on the left.
What else we got? So you're on this side now.
Orb is on her. Is your cell phone near your computer?
Why?
Because it just made a really you beeping on your microphone.
Beeping.
Yeah, your cell phone messes with your microphone.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Yeah, I usually keep it really far away because it messes with it. Sorry. Roadhog, good orb. Right here. Another right click opportunity.
Had I charged, I probably could have finished it. Yeah.
You could toss the Discord on him.
Orb is on her.
Toss the Discord on him here, just charge.
If I
Like
was
right
charging,
now.
Yeah.
Just charge. He's gonna be running away. Like you could. It's either he walks into your bullets or D.Va chases him down. But it's another opportunity that you could get that. You could be getting a heal orb on D.Va before that ulti. But I mean that's fine. Yeah. I think getting orbs onto players like Zarya and Roadhog are more worth it than supports, because it's so much easier to hit them. It's so much easier to hit the tanks because they're in the front line and they're usually surprised by the damage because if you tell everybody to focus them and call out the Discord orb, it's going to be really easy to take down the targets. So I definitely want to see you call out more Discords.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, try and make it a habit to call out every single one.
I guess in my head at least, I don't know. I kind of felt like I was doing it a lot more often, but it appears that I really didn't even do it as much as I thought I was doing it, just because I feel like I'm talking constantly if I'm.
That's fine.
So yeah.
I mean, no one's gonna complain if you call out Discord targets. Just make sure that you're keeping it on a single person for a long time when you do call it out. Only switch it if the target is easier to hit or more of a threat to the team. And here's another like messing around part where you were just kind of jumping around, not ready to actually play.
Yep.
And you should also try to make a plan before you guys like leave the gate. Like even if it's just like everyone go up like top, like that. It's such a simple thing, but just making sure it happens every single time will give you some success because everyone just has no idea what's going on. Right here, I feel like you're getting a little too close. You could have honestly stayed towards where Anna was, back by the stairs, maybe even stay up top, because no one was contesting it. Because you can, like I said, you can stay up on the top, right by the bell. You can just get discords and heals on people. Nobody can contest you because you have the high grounds and no one's going for the high ground. If anything happens, you can drop to the low ground. You've like just be like, oh, Reaper's behind me or whatever. People will come to you. So, yeah.
This match I think is interesting because we never ever really get traction after they take the point.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys had no damage. That was the biggest part. You have Zen, but that was actually like the only damage you guys had. It was just a bad composition. You guys had Mei and 3 tanks and 2 supports. That's a really bad composition. And that's something that you should call out. Just be like, hey guys, we have 0 damage. We can't be running this. Someone switch to whatever. Someone switch to soldier, let's say. So.
Three on the left. Reaper behind.
Good call on Reaper. Oh, and another thing is, you don't have to complete reloads. I noticed that before you toss like a heal or a discord out, sometimes you just don't, like, you finish a reload animation before you actually toss out the heal or discord orb. Usually it's more worth it to just toss out the orb, because in the half second or the second it takes you to reload, the person that you could have been healing is dead, you know? Or the person that you could have hit with discord, like, they could have taken so much more damage in the time that took you to reload than, you know, reloading, tossing the orb, and then shooting. Because your teammates are focusing on that person. So, you gotta take that into account too. So, Reaper used ulti.
Just me isn't gonna cut it.
I also want to see you take account of what ultis enemy team has. Just call out to your team. Like, they just use Reaper, ulti's not gonna have it for a while. Like, just
be a
track.
part of the figuring it out process.
But you guys only really have time for one more push here. So you basically have to, like, win this or it's bust. So yeah, this is a better position. That was actually really close to you dying. If McCree timed that better, you might have been dead. Like, this is when you ulted too early. None of the enemy's team was actually coming out right there. And Zarya is able to get a free team wipe because of it. They might have gotten it anyway because of the D.Va ulti, but I mean, you guys had more of a chance if you saved it, you know?
Yeah, till after when the graviton started and the team focused up.
So that's why you gotta take into account ultis a lot. So, yeah. I mean, like I said, Zenyatta's really fucking hard to play because it relies so much on positioning that it's just it's really he's really intricate. But I know you've played a lot of Zen, and
yeah,
you just gotta take into it. It's really hard skill, but you have to have like the game sense to like stay out of every enemy's threat area while also being able to do a lot. So it's tough. Once again, here you guys don't really have any you guys don't have any coordination. Reinhardt, like that guy said, was by himself. You should be getting the heal. There you go. You're a little late with these healing orbs. Like I said, like it's a matter of seconds, but those seconds really do make a difference in the end.
Yeah.
The E cancel onto D.Va is really good. That's a really neat little trick. If you toss your orb and it's traveling, if you toss your orb on D.Va mech, and the travel time takes longer than the travel time takes longer than it takes D.Va to jump out of her mech, then it lands on D.Va when she gets out of her mech. So it's a neat little Zenyatta trick right there. So it'll just like latch onto baby D.Va even though you hit the mech with it. Usually it doesn't do that. Like if you kept the orb on her or something. here, personally, I wouldn't stay near the Bastion, just because he brings a lot of threat himself. I mean, like, because you're going to have, like, enemies coming onto you, because Bastion's right there with you.
And
So, like, and then, yeah, they want him dead, so then you're going to end up being the next target right there. And you don't really have a tank there to protect you. This is another...
This is when Reinhardt comes up behind, isn't it?
I think so. And this is also a really good opportunity to get the right click. You put the Discord orb on her so you can see her. I would duck underneath the stairs, hold right click, and then just shoot straight ahead. Because she's standing fairly still. Like, if you didn't get any shots on her, she would have just kept standing still. Because she didn't have any threat besides Discord orb on her. So... Also... you can just melee through shield. You don't have to waste the time by walking into him and then, you know, shooting and everything. You could just melee him. I think that would have done enough damage to kill him. Was melee damage do like 75? No, I don't think it's that much.
It's pretty small.
But with Discord Orb, I mean, I think you're doing around like 70 something damage. But even still, you can just do 2 melees through shield. That'll save you time. You know, once again, a matter of seconds, but
No, it's fine.
those things do add up. Another neat little trick, if you're having trouble getting someone who's behind a teammate, you could just double tap shift. So say like you want to heal Mei here, and Reinhardt's in the way, you could just double tap shift while looking at Reinhardt, it'll hit Mei. So
Really?
neat little trick.
Like the second target behind it?
Well, yeah, because it's already on Reinhardt, and the only the next target shift can hit is Mei, right?
Yeah.
So
Never really thought of it like that.
yeah, it works the same with Discord Orb too, but that's a little bit more. I wouldn't really do that usually because you always want to be hitting the person who's in the front. I mean, the enemy team's pretty much letting you just stay here for free, so I mean, you get to basically fucking play for free and just get this shit down. The enemy team doesn't really give a fuck about you, so. Chasing Lucio's fine, he's not gonna kill you. Lucio's just weird. I don't know. Healing orb's good. You shouldn't chase this. That's a really bad chase. You heard
kill me.
yes.
Yeah.
You heard High Noon and then you
If
chased
that was
him.
you, I would have been gone.
Like, if the only way I would chase this is if you're holding right click, which you didn't do, so you're dead.
Yeah.
So it's really dangerous in the first place, unless you know that he doesn't like know you're there.
Because then I could just beam him from behind with a hold click, and he wouldn't even have time to react to it. It wouldn't matter.
Like the right click is insanely useful, and I think that you should use it a fuck ton. I peek corners with it when I think that people are going to be coming from there so many times. I've gotten so many kills with it. It's insanely useful. No one ever expects it. I mean, ulting onto point here, it's a waste, honestly. Yeah. I mean, you're at 99%, so it doesn't matter too much. But in the situation where you need to make another push, and the enemy team is more coordinated, like, okay, right there. Well, first off, finishing my last point. In a situation like you don't want to use your ulti just to save your life. I mean, it did work out there, but it could have been used better. You want to use your ulti to stop a bunch of damage from the enemy team from coming in. It's supposed to be used defensively, of course, but I don't know. It worked out, but it could have been better. Is basically all I mean.
Yeah.
Here you got heal orb. You toss Discord orb immediately. You didn't toss it immediately onto Reinhardt when he was knocked down. Yeah, I think you just need to work on getting things out quicker, like discords and healing orbs, because the few seconds where like you do hesitate or just like don't realize it's there, that makes a lot of a difference actually. So I don't know, any other questions or anything that you have about comments?
I guess on the whole, do you think I play Zen too offensively most of the time?
Yes.
It's just I'm making bad chase decisions.
A lot of the times, yes. I think that you're playing in too much of a threatening position a lot of the time. Especially around that Roadhog and around that McCree. I think that you could have been playing in a lot safer position. And, yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. So...
Need to curb my need to kill everyone always.
You can still do that. I'd say just do it from a less threatening position.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to aim, and that's why I said that you should warm up first, but you really, for the most part, you just need to tone back on the aggression. Yeah.
I think the non-warmed up kind of shows out on that, just the very last point, even though we eventually take it, but just halfway through that, you can see where I just start to get really inconsistent and I just miss a ton on like an easy
Farah
target. Yeah.
Yeah, and Farah, you were missing a lot too. I mean, she doesn't have too many like crazy movements, so I mean, yeah, I'd say mostly warm up. Make sure, I mean, you can be very frugal with your ultis, but I would say use it to at least negate one enemy ulti. Or if not, if it's a skirmish situation, you know they don't have ultis, and you think that the healing, like your solo healer, like your Ana died or something, I would say use it. And like if you have like a soldier and a Reinhardt, like that situation before, you can get those ultis out. But for the most part, I'd say use it to negate one of the other ultis. Make sure you're getting healing and Discord orbs out. Make sure that's your priority before shooting and reloading. And just be in a safer position. Overall, I mean, you played it pretty well, but it could have definitely been better. Right clicks, I want to see those. I want to see a lot of those. All right.
That's probably the guilty habit of me playing Zen constantly, is that I do not do as many right holds as I should.
Yeah.
Just from playing him for so long, it's like it's that nasty habit that you develop because you play it so often.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with the reload canceling and finishing out the animation.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I developed that habit because I felt like, and a few times as well, like you had mentioned to me too, that like I was like canceling my reload animation just because I'm being overly zealous with my orb placement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
But again, that comes along with not being overzealous on the, orbs.
Mm-hmm. So there are a lot of things that I would take note of. Also, holding Discord on targets for a long time rather than switching targets constantly. Prioritizing healing over damage. I mean, yeah, there's a lot you can improve on, but it wasn't like bad, you know.
It wasn't it shows that I actually have played Zen for 800 hours.
Yeah. It's a lot of little things that you need to improve on, making good little habits rather than and breaking the bad ones.
Yeah.
So that's basically all it is. I'd say give me more Zenyatta gameplay on different maps because I want to see your positioning and your gameplay on those. All right.
Okie dokie.
And yeah, that is it with the second episode.
Thank you very much, Nick.
You're welcome, sir.